Sometimes it feels like everything is standing still, not in the literal physical sense, but in the sense that life keeps handing you chapters you never asked for. And still, somehow you keep going. And whether you realize it or not, something in the unseen has been waiting for this exact moment. The moment you finally sit still long enough for a deeper truth to reach you. There is a reason these words are brushing up against your heart right now, not by chance, not by luck, but because you've reached a point where the universe can finally speak to you in a way you're open enough and tired enough to receive it. You've spent so long trying to become who you thought you needed to be just to stay afloat. And because of that, you forgot something sacred. You were never meant to do all of this by yourself. Take a breath, not the shallow kind you've been surviving on for months, but the kind your soul has been begging you to remember. Because the truth is, the universe has been whispering to you for a long time now, through the heaviness in your chest, through the nights your mind wouldn't quiet, through the moments you felt disconnected, lost, unsure if you were still on a path at all. You weren't failing. You were slowing down enough to feel. And that's where everything begins. There's something you need to understand, something that might sting at first, but will soften everything afterward. You've outgrown the version of yourself you're still trying to survive as. That's why the things that used to make sense now feel confusing. Why certain spaces feel too small. Why you don't feel fully present in the life you've built. It isn't that you're broken. It's that you're becoming. And every part of the universe has been waiting for you to reach this place, the edge between who you were and who you're becoming, so it could finally give you the next piece of your awakening. This is one of those emotional peaks you will remember later, because here is the truth. Most people don't hear at the right time. You are not lost. You are being rooted. What feels like emptiness is actually space being cleared. What feels like confusion is your intuition pulling you away from what no longer align. What feels like stagnation is the universe holding you still until you're strong enough to move differently. You don't need to map out the whole journey. You don't need to understand every shift happening inside you. You don't need to force clarity. Your only job right now is to stay open. There comes a moment in every soul's evolution where the path forward disappears. Not because there is no path, but because you're not meant to walk the next part with your old eyes. You're entering that moment now, and even though it feels like life is slowing down or falling apart, what's really happening is foundation setting. The universe rearranging everything beneath the surface so your next chapter can actually hold the weight of who you're becoming. You've prayed for change. You've begged for a sign. You've whispered for guidance in your quietest moments. Those prayers were not ignored. They were collected. Every single one. This, what you're hearing right now, is part of the answer. Let yourself feel what begins to rise here, because there is another truth you've avoided. Not because you don't believe it, but because you never felt ready to claim it. You are needed, not in some distant poetic way, but right here in this lifetime, you carry something: wisdom, compassion, strength, resilience, perspective that was born from every moment you thought you wouldn't survive. Your story isn't small. Your heart isn't accidental. Your presence isn't random. You came here to expand, to awaken, to rise in ways your younger self couldn't have imagined. And right now, in this exact season of your life, the universe is preparing you for the part of your journey where everything begins aligning in ways you once thought were impossible for someone like you. You may not feel ready. You may not feel strong. You may not feel clear, but readiness is not a feeling. It is a moment like this where your soul leans forward before your mind can catch up. The universe has been waiting for that lean, because the next chapter of your life doesn't require perfection. It doesn't require certainty. It doesn't require confidence. It only requires willingness. Willingness to unclench the parts of your life you've been gripping too tightly. Willingness to soften where you've been hardened. Willingness to trust what you can't yet see. And most importantly, willingness to let yourself be guided, not pushed, not forced, guided. God has not abandoned you. The universe has not forgotten you. Your path has not disappeared. You're simply standing at the doorway of becoming. And the universe has been waiting for the moment you'd finally pause long enough to notice the door is open. Now listen closely, because this is the truth that will create the shift you've needed. Your life is not supposed to return to what it was. It's supposed to expand into what it has ever yet been. The feelings you're experiencing right now, the strange sense of ending, the emotional echoes, the internal restlessness, these aren't warnings. They're preparations. This is the sacred in-between, where the old self dissolves and the new self begins to breathe. This is where you stop dragging your past into your future. This is where you stop expecting darkness to repeat itself. This is where you stop settling for a life that doesn't match your soul. This is where everything shifts. And even if you don't feel ready yet, you will be, because you're not doing this alone. Every step forward you take, no matter how shaky, activates support you cannot see. Every moment you choose to keep going opens doors that haven't existed yet. Every breath you take in faith becomes a signal to the universe that you're willing to receive what has always been meant for you. This is the moment your story turns. You are not here to fade. You are not here to break. You are not here to disappear under the weight of your own fear. You are here to rise in a way that shifts the entire trajectory of your life. The universe has waited for you to be tired enough, soft enough, awake enough to finally hear this. Your next chapter will not look like your last. Your future will not repeat your past. You are stepping into a life that was built with your name on it. All you have to do is allow yourself to move forward without needing every answer ahead of time. Let the universe take the lead. Let God carry what you can't. Let yourself be guided into the life that has been waiting for you. Now place your hand on your heart, feel it, and repeat this declaration in the comments. I am ready to walk the path being prepared for me. And when you're done, send this video to someone whose spirit needs to be reminded that their story isn't over. You never know whose life you might shift with that one act of love.